Hello, and welcome to Hollywood Headlines. I'm your host, Morgan Huber, and tonight we are going to be talking about the latest news in Hollywood, starting with the Grammys. Hollywood Headlines starts right now. Before we get into the show, I just want to take a moment to thank Sanai Browning for being today's guest. Award season is in full swing with the Grammys that occurred on February 5th. It was a night filled with recognition as many artists took home the coveted prize. Beyoncé's hit song Cuff won for Best R&B Song, Kendrick Lamar's Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers won Best Rap Album, Adele's song Easy on Me won Best Pop Solo Performance, and Bad Bunny's Un Verano Sin Ti won Best Musica Urbana Album. Many viewers were shocked to find out that Song of the Year went to Bonnie Raitt, as even she was shocked that she won. Beyoncé fans and Taylor Swift fans were in outrage over this snub, as they felt either Break My Soul or All Too Well, the 10-minute version, should have won for that category. Naya, did you watch the Grammys and did you like it?
I did watch it. There were parts of it that I liked. I liked the 50-year tribute to hip-hop. I did think that was really nice because, hip-hop has done so much for music as a whole, and I'm glad that we were able to celebrate that. I feel like some people were given awards that I felt were deserved. Some I feel were snubbed, but I feel like a lot of people were given fairly good awards.
Yeah, it's an award show. People get snubbed. It's happened. And we can't always get what we want, but I think it's really cool we get to acknowledge and, admire such a monumental form of music that really changed, especially how popular records have changed over the years.
Definitely.
Like in the past, up until the past decade, rock was the most popular form of music out there, and now it's hip hop, R&B, rap, and a lot of people, especially, artists of color and those from marginalized groups are being highlighted, which is pretty awesome, honestly.
I can definitely agree with that. I feel like there were some people I feel could have won certain awards. I do feel that Beyonce should have won for Album of the Year. I know all my Harry fans are gonna get mad at me, but I don't think he should have won. I feel like should have won to Beyonce, but I feel like he does. I feel like he does deserve it, but personally, I feel like it should go to Beyonce. But I feel like everything for as a whole, I feel like everyone was given their just dues when it comes to awards.
Yeah, they're all great artists, but overall, I think Beyonce still kind of won for the night. She now has 32 Grammys, more than any other artist in history, so I think that's one really cool takeaway to get from that.
Definitely.
This past week, on January 27th, Netflix released an original film titled You People. This film stars Jonah Hill in the lead role, following as he searches for love. He meets a black woman, portrayed by Lauren London, who he falls in love with. The film discusses interracial marriage and shows how the characters' families react to their engagement and finally come to support them. Eddie Murphy also plays a large role in the film as the father of Lauren London's character. Do you plan to watch this movie, Naya?
Yes, and in a way, I feel like this movie is a definitely good conversation starter when it comes to talking about interracial marriage. I feel that a lot of people are taking this movie out of context and are trying to spin it as something that it's not. I just feel that this movie can definitely start off as a way to being more inclusive and talking about things that usually are not talked about very often, but I feel like people are spinning it to be something that it's not.
I get that, and as someone who grew up in a household with interracial parents, it's great to see that experience and that dynamic being seen and heard. But really, at the end of the day, it's about, whether the movie is going to make me laugh or cry or not. Is it going to have solid character development as well as a good script and cinematography and everything? I don't mean to sound like a film snob.
No, it's definitely a thing to consider because, it's a movie first and foremost. Yes, the message is something important that we should be talking about, But the sole fact of the matter, it's a movie. So you need to make sure that the things that you're going to talk about are things that are going to be, you want to make sure that there are certain things you need to hit, which are that the fact it's a movie, you need to make sure that there's some form of thing in here.
Yeah, I agree. It should be, the message should obviously be executed properly, but all in all, as long as it's a good movie, I'm gonna like it. Doesn't really matter what's in it to me. When we come back from the break, we will be talking about the Academy Award nominations. Hollywood Headlines will be right back. The Oscar nominations have been released, and everyone is ecstatic to see who will win. Angela Bassett was nominated for Best Supporting Actress, Ana de Armas was nominated for Actress in a Leading Role, and Ke Huy Quan was nominated for Actor in a Supporting Role. Many movies have gotten scrutiny for being nominated. Particularly, Blonde starring Ana de Armas has been under fire for her portrayal of Marilyn Monroe, and the movie flopped because of its bold retelling of Monroe's life. There are also opportunities for Black Panther, Everything Everywhere All at Once, and Elvis to sweep the Oscars. Naya, what are your predictions for the winners?
I think Angela Bassett will most likely win for Best Supporting Actress because I feel like her portrayal of Ramonda in Black Panther Wakanda Forever was probably my favorite performance for the year. If she doesn't win, I feel like Everything Everywhere All at Once will probably be the movie to sweep the Oscars because I feel like it's just a solid movie first and foremost. So I feel like that if Black Panther doesn't sweep, then I feel that at least Everything Everywhere All at Once will probably sweep.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see some new changes in the Oscars. And, I've seen Angela Bassett in American Horror Story, for instance.
Yes.
She's a phenomenal, multifaceted actress. She's amazing. And she was really moving with her role in Wakanda Forever, taking it on. It was a great film, not just as like a woman-led film, but overall. And I'm really excited for it. And also, it's really cool to see multiple sequels being put in the Best Picture category.
Yes.
We've got Avatar, The Way of Water, as well as, I believe it is Top Gun Maverick, I believe is also nominated, which is huge. I don't even think a sequel has been nominated for a Best Picture Oscar since, I think, The Two Towers.
Yeah, I
for
think that's
Lord of the
very
Rings.
actually
Wait, Revenge of the King, not Return of the King, I think, my bad.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of great opportunities, great representation. We have the first Malaysian American actress nominated for Everywhere All at Once.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of great opportunities for that, and I'm really excited to see how it pans out.
I can definitely agree with that.
Yeah. Local courts dropped charges against disgraced singer R. Kelly this week. Cook County, which includes the city of Chicago, decided to close a sexual abuse case filed against Kelly in 2019, where a woman sought up to $4 million as compensation for the abuse, which was filmed on camera. After being convicted twice in federal court, the R&B artist is already facing up to 30 years in prison. Kelly and his lawyers insist the key witness lied under oath, pushing Chicago courts to drop the charges and let Kelly deal with his upcoming sentencing. Naya, what's your take on this groundbreaking update?
I feel that there's a lot of things going on with him at this point that I don't know really how to feel. I mean, he's already in prison. I don't really see, obviously, yes, put him in prison, but I feel like there's things about it that I don't think adding more cases is really gonna solve anything if he's already going to be in jail for 30 years.
Yeah. R. Kelly has been the topic of discussion and a very controversial figure for over a decade now, almost 2 decades for obvious reasons.
Yes.
And it's about time he's put into justice, but we don't need to kick a dead horse, as they say.
Yeah, I feel like it's just entering something that I don't feel needs to be brought up again. I mean, they already made the movie, I think, a few years ago, like a documentary of sorts talking about it. I feel like it's just that started off the jumping point, which was definitely necessary, but I feel like there's certain parts to it that I feel like, okay, the man's in prison, I think we can be able to push back and just not really talk about it as much anymore.
Yeah, but I'm glad that, it's spreading that message that people in power, can and should be held accountable for what they did. And to see that happen, it's at least a breath of fresh air to know people like him are going to prison.
Definitely, I can agree.
When we come back from the break, we'll be playing a special Valentine's Day edition of Hollywood Hot Seat. Hollywood Headlines will be right back. Welcome back. It's time for a Valentine's Day edition of Hollywood Hot Seat. Naya, You will have 15 seconds to name as many iconic Hollywood couples as you can. Are you ready?
I am always ready.
Okay, good luck. Your time starts now.
Okay, Jennifer Aniston and Brad Pitt, Jay-Z and Beyonce, Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck, I should know this. Tom Holland, Zendaya, Dwayne Wade, Gabrielle Union. That's all I got.
And I think that was 5, so that's honestly pretty solid. I mean, most people can only name like 1 or 2, and that's just assuming they're not really big into celeb culture. But when we come back from the break, we will be talking about the recent Justin Roiland allegation. Hollywood Headlines will be right back. Welcome back to Hollywood Headlines. At the beginning of this year, news surfaced that the co-creator of and the voice behind Rick and Morty, Justin Roiland, was charged with domestic battery and false imprisonment after an incident in May 2020. Roiland pled guilty to the 2 charges at his court hearing in January, with the next hearing scheduled for April 27th of this year. Adult Swim, the nighttime cable television channel responsible for Rick and Morty, has ended its association with Justin Roiland, stating, quote, "Rick and Morty will continue. The talented and dedicated crew are hard at work for season 7. Naya, are you surprised by this news?
I actually am, because I like Rick and Morty. I feel like this is sort of sad because like Justin Roiland is like sort of pinnacle to the show. Like you can't really have the show without the characters of Rick and Morty. So I feel like with him gone, it's going to be definitely a little difficult to be able to continue the show. But as long as they find ways to be able to keep the show going as much as they can, I feel like it'll at least be better. And I'm glad that they're holding him accountable and not like just sweeping it under the rug and allowing him to still like be on the show.
I agree. It's good that they're severing ties with him, but you know, it does bring up some concern since he had a very pivotal role in Rick and Morty its first 7 years, along with the other shows that he worked on.
Yes.
But hopefully this will be an opportunity to retool, see what they can do with other talents involved, and see if they can bring in bigger, better actors to do the titular roles, and you know, maybe at least they can find some closure for the show and bring in a good series finale to wrap it up.
Definitely. I feel like hiring a new voice actor would definitely be like the main thing that they need to do, because it's just, in order for them to continue on the season, they're going to have to put somebody else in for the time being. So I feel like that'll be the best way for them to be able to keep the show going. But I do feel that, again, I feel like justice has been done right here. I feel like them holding him accountable for as much as they are, I feel is a good decision going forward.
Do you have any ideas or a top pick for who should be recast as Rick and Morty?
Not that I know of, but I know there's plenty of people who have been doing like impressions of the characters online that I'm sure they could be able to like find someone who does it decent enough that you can't really tell that he hasn't left.
Yeah, I agree, and hopefully they will bring somebody who can bring a lot to the table, not just some big name actor, but somebody who can do a really good impression of the voices and bring something fresh to the show.
I can agree.
On our next story, Kylie Jenner has thrown yet another set of infamous birthday parties for her children, Air and Stormy. Kylie celebrated Stormy's birthday first with Air's first birthday bash, following the next day. The parties featured the signature large gray inflatable heads modeled after Stormy, similar to the one at the entrance of the 2021 Astroworld Music Festival in Houston. Kylie has used these inflatable heads for Stormy's birthdays 3 times over the past 5 years. Kylie Jenner became the target of backlash after photos were posted from the event. Twitter users have suggested that Kylie was being tasteless, not eco-friendly, and demonic. Some users even said that Kylie was tone deaf and insensitive to the victims of the festival. What are your thoughts on the decorations and party theme?
I can see where some people are coming from. Like, to model it after the Astroworld thing is probably not the best idea when people are already still like mad at Travis Scott for all of that. So probably not the best idea. But to call her demonic is something I'm very confused with, because where is her being demonic have to do with this? Like, I can get, like, obviously it's not eco-friendly. It's probably not the best idea when you're not sure what the relationship between Kylie and Travis is anymore, but like that, their relationship not being the best and Travis dealing with Astroworld stuff, probably not the best idea to model after that. But I wouldn't go so far as to call her like demonic or anything like that.
It was definitely extreme. The Kardashians and the Jenners, they're wealthy, obscenely rich, and they're going to do what they're going to do. And I feel like just drawing attention to them just brings them the attention they want. And people are going to extremes because they'll get the attention from it as well. It's kind of morbid what she's doing. If she's aware of the connection to Astroworld, who knows? But at the end of the day, you know, she's the mom. She's going to do what she's going to do.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think she really should ever really use the decorations in the future. I just don't think it's a great idea. Like, you already are getting heat for it on Twitter. Trying to do it again, knowing what's happening, it's just not the smartest idea.
Yeah, but you know, it's celebrities. They do crazy things. They all do at the end of the day.
That's very fair.
Well, that's all we have for tonight, but make sure to come back for the latest news in Hollywood. A big thank you to Sanai Browning for coming to today's show. I'm Morgan Huber. Have a great weekend, Millersville.